Since 2008, the Anne Frank Trust UK has been delivering its education programmes in Scotland. In that time, we have worked with tens of thousands of young people.
Like me.
Like me. Like me.
Using Anne Frank's life and diary to educate young people about the dangers of prejudice and discrimination. We've worked with young people in a variety of settings: schools, secure units, alternative education provisions, prisons and young offenders institutions. Our programmes empower young people with the knowledge, skills and confidence to recognise, resist and challenge all forms of prejudice and discrimination.
Young people in Scotland today face the same issues, challenges, stresses that young people anywhere else in the UK face. But in particular, what I'm hoping to address here in Scotland is the issue of racial hatred, of sectarianism, homophobia, territorialism, and also prejudice against asylum seekers and economic immigrants.
I quite often still challenge people when they're saying things that I believe that they should not be saying. I try and ask them why they think it's okay. It still affects me daily, and I'm getting more and more confident even now with speaking out and with my knowledge. I can try and make a change, and I still really want to be involved and want to try and continue to make a change.
Forget yourself, forget what you believe in, and just think of other people, and if you were that person, how would you feel? I feel like that would have some effect on different mindsets of people.
The dangers of intolerance, the dangers of a fixed mindset that there can only be one way to think or one way to be or one way to act. And it's a message that tells us that everybody's rights need to be respected, and we've all got a place, a part to play in this world, no matter what we believe or what we think or what we do.
Prejudice is still a big thing in today's society, and we wanted to show people how prejudice affected Anne Frank at her time and how it affects people nowadays as well.
What Anne Frank's story does is kind of personalise it for young people and for communities. It's very easy to sometimes think, particularly around the Holocaust, about things that happened as something in the past and something that happened kind of over there, if you like. But actually having a personal story to hang it on allows us to identify with Anne and for those young people to think about themselves in those kind of situations. And I think there's a kind of unique learning experience for young people in that.
I think peer education is one of the most important valuable experience of what the Trust does. So it's handing on the message, learning from their peers, and adults learn from the children as well. They visit the exhibition, people from all walks of life, from all religions and faiths, denominations and cultures.
The skills and knowledge that the ambassadors have learnt from the programme has been invaluable, and it's been great to see them develop skills and knowledge in challenging prejudice and discrimination, and these are skills that they can take forward with them in lifelong learning.
To be representing the young people of Scotland is such an honour, as it's not a lot of children that get such an opportunity to speak at Parliament, so to do it at such an early age is amazing.
I think Anne's message is still relevant today because sometimes people forget that the prejudice and hate that Anne experienced does go on in today's society, and it's something which we need to challenge and try and help stop.
The more that our younger people understand this and also appreciate it and learn about it, they then do become those ambassadors, trying to get that message over to maybe some of their friends or their peers, that actually make them aware that, actually, you know what, prejudice is a bad thing, because we are all the same.
Anne Frank Scotland has worked with over 3,700 peer guides. These peer educators have shared their knowledge with nearly 60,000 children, young people and adults, guiding them around our exhibition, Anne Frank, A History for Today. Over 500 peer guides have gone on to become Anne Frank ambassadors, a generation of young people inspired to spread Anne Frank's message of equality and social justice for everyone in their schools, their communities and online.
We want our country to be free from prejudice, discrimination and hate.